Hey guys, Sergeant Baldy here, and today I'm going to be making my second video on Java Swing. So today, we're going to be continuing on the program that I made in the last video. But as you can see, I've added some things, such as these three components, which essentially just add more things to our GUI that we made last week. As you can see, instead of just being an empty frame now, we have added the ability to put things inside of it, and the things that we have put inside of it themselves, such as this text right here and this button that we can click. Although they don't do anything yet, I'm going to be explaining you how I implemented them and showing you what they can do. So essentially, what these three features do is they change the way our JFrame looks. So as you can see, there are now things inside of our window that we've created. There is text and there is a button that is clickable. And that is due to these three features that I have added. The content pane is responsible for actually allowing us to add features inside the JFrame. The label is responsible for that text that was there that said hello world, and the button is obviously responsible for the button. And in the code below, I will explain how I implemented all three of these features. So as you can see, the base of our program from last time is still here, as all the JFrame stuff is still there. Only now, this line is here, and what essentially this does is it adds a JPanel, which I have called content pane. And what essentially this does is it allows us to add things to our JFrame. So I set this up by simply just entering the name of the variable, which is content pane, and saying new JPanel, which is initializing it again as I did the JFrame. We don't have to give our content panel a name, as it doesn't really get viewed. We only view the things that are inside of it. Then what I've done underneath is set up our label. So once again, I have a simple initializing statement here to initialize our label as new JLabel. Then I have to add another line here, which is label.setText. And what essentially this line does is it sets the text of our label. Say, for example, I change this to hello viewer. It'll now output that when I go back to run the program. And then this statement here is what you have to do in order to add things to your content frame. You type content pane.add, and then the variable or feature that you would like to add. In this case, I chose to add label. So if I go to run this now, you can see that it says hello viewer over here, and then our button is still there. So then what I've done after this is I have set up our button. And once again, I've done this in a similar manner as I have initialized it, only when it comes to our button, we have to give it a name when we're initializing it. So as here I have it set to Heg, let me set it to click me. So now, if I were to run the program, once again, I have to add the button to the content panel. If I were to run the program, the button should now say click me as it does. So we have hello viewer and click me in our content panel, which is inside our JFrame. So now that that is done, I have the same thing down here as below, which is set to resize the pane. And then what we have down here is essentially one of the most important parts, which even though we have all these things added to the content pane, we had yet to add the content pane to the JFrame from before. So that's what this statement does, is it sets JFrame, set content pane, and then it sets our content pane. It adds it to the frame, which is why we can see everything. So now that I have talked about all that, if I run our program, you can see that our window, or JFrame, that we've created last week, now has contents in it, such as this label and this button. We can manipulate the text of both of these to be whatever we want, but at the moment, this button does not do anything. However, in the video I'm going to be releasing next, I'm going to show you how to make it so that when you click this button, it manipulates the contents of this form or window or JFrame or whatever you wish to call it. But for now, that's all I'm going to show you. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.